Okay, here we are back in the 1st of February. The January transfer has been and gone. And as you can all see over here, we were top at Christmas, and things haven't gone so well since then, as predicted. Let's have a look at the results then. If we check the schedule, it has been an interesting January. There's been a lot of games. We have had a 2-0 loss to Pamplona, Spanish Cup second round win, and league loss to Mallorca, a Spanish Cup third round win against Granada, a draw against Elevate, a draw against Levante, and a Spanish Cup fourth round win. So we're doing okay in the Cup. The problem is we haven't had a win in the league in January. And what that's done has caused us to drop down to fifth. And I'm not going to be unhappy about that. Fifth is fantastic. To be in and around the top half as Rayo Vallecano is awesome. Like if we can keep anything up, the odd win here and there, you can see our form over here has dropped off dramatically, unfortunately. But we do have a nice gap here of what's that, 9 points between fifth and sixth. So we've got a buffer. If we can get a win every third game, I think we can probably stay up. Especially in the top 10 for sure. We're in the top 10, yep, by 16 points. So that's achievable. So I'd hope with this start to the season after 22 games, it'd be great if we could stay somewhere close to these European spots. All right, so let's check out where we're at as far as transfers have gone. If we go to the transfer history, we'll check out the outs. As you can see, we have had a few people go out in January. We have had Esteban Savelcic. He's gone out for $2 million. He's 30. Getting $2 million for him as a centre back. If we have a look, he played 4 games. That's great. $2 million. We have no money. That's fantastic. We've sent Comasanya out on loan. We also sold Bebe. Baby. I'm not sure. Bebe. Someone will help me out. Bebe, we got rid of him. That sounds not very nice, but whatever. We got rid of him. 400k. Once again, he'd only played 3 off the bench, so 400k to us and his wages gone is great. So, looking at the ins, we haven't done anything as far as bought anyone, but we've brought in 2 loan players. We needed some quality. With a couple of players going out, we needed a couple in. So we have brought in Romeo Lavia. On loan from Man City. He's an 18-year-old central midfielder. And you can see he looks really good quality. I think he can do some stuff for us. We've got him to the end of the year. I don't think... Yep, we've got an optional fee. We're never going to afford that. So that is nothingness. And the other one is from one of our rivals, Riqui Puig. Now, this guy, I know, can be quite good in the game. I think we're probably going to see him play in that advanced playmaker role that we have in our tactic. He can also play central midfield. He's 22. He's got some really nice stats there. If you have a look, we'll set it to advanced playmaker. He just hits the spot. He's pretty much designed, like, he is the player for that advanced playmaker spot. And we've got him on loan. I've managed to get him on loan for zero anything. We've got an optional fee, which once again we will never pay for. But we are paying none of his wage, no monthly fees for the end of the year. And this is the guy's on 66k a week. And are we paying anything for Lavia? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure we got him for free as well. Yep. 0, 0, 0. I just went into the loan, the young players. I just kept clicking 0, 0, 0. Suggest, suggest, suggest. And for some reason, eventually they accept it. So that's 2 players for free. One of the problems I can see we have in our squad is we have so many players we are loaning. So at some stage, we're going to have to build our own squad, but we're going to work on some loan players every year, I think. And the unfortunate thing is they're all going to leave at the end of the year. So we're going to have a very wafer-thin squad and some hard work to do. We brought in some money. As I said, I've just put it all into the wage budget. Oh, yeah, because we've got some committed spending. Because we have made many, many, many free transfers. As you can see here, we have done some stuff. We will talk about those guys at the end of the year when they come in, I reckon. So we've got on the free transfer bandwagon, the old Bosman ruling, as it used to be called. And we'll talk about those guys, as I said, next year. All right, I will see you guys. Actually, what we'll do is we'll fast forward to our youth intake, see if we've got any gems. I didn't show you on the screen, but apparently it's going to be amazing. As it is, as it always is. It's going to be great. And it rarely is. That's the nature of Football Manager, isn't it? There's you never seem to get the Wonder Kids yourself. You always buy them later. All right, so we'll fast forward. That'll take us into around April, I think. And we'll check out our youth intake and see how we're going in the league. Okay, here we are. It is the 11th of April, and we've been given our youth intake for this year, and it's actually pretty good. Excellent intake, it says. We've got a real golden generation for the club. But what you're always looking for in Football Manager is this green one, the elite talents. And we've got 2. Liam Jimenez and Juan V. And a couple of guys in the top talents as well. And then obviously the rest of the people. The chances of anyone in the bottom half, the good talents, the decent talents, being anyone we can use in the future is pretty minimal. Now this obviously is just comparing people to our squad. But 5-star is fantastic for potential. So this is Liam Jimenez. He looks like he's got the 2 weird positions of central defender and also central midfielder as a secondary position. Yeah, he's not looking awesome right now, but he's only 15. He's a little small for a centre back. He can grow, I suppose. They do tend to do that and grab a few inches as they get older. So hopefully we can get him up to about, hopefully he grows well over 6 foot. That would be great. But we'll see how he goes. 5-star potential, Liam Jimenez. Our other elite talent is Juan V. And once again, not looking amazing at 15. They've got him as a right winger. He's right-footed. We play inverted wingers. And you tend to have your inverted wingers on the opposite side to their foot because they're cutting in. Doesn't really matter as long as they can play in the position. But so we've got a winger here who can play striker or advanced playmaker or attacking midfielder. He's a big guy, 6'4". So depends on how he develops. He could become a bit of a target man striker or just a very, very tall winger. All right, so there are 2 main talents. We've got a couple of others, Valentin Milano and Christian Blanco. But overall, that's surprising. It's cool. We've got 2 elite talents, which is awesome. As far as where we are in the league, we are still 5th, so that's great. Since January, we are sitting 5th with 55 points. I think we're on 40 something at the stage, so it hasn't been amazing. 10 games later, I think. But we've managed to hold on. We are still in the European positions. 8 points ahead of 8th place. We are surviving. We are going to finish above relegation. That was the aim. That's achieved. What can we do in the final 6 games? Who knows? At the moment, it'd be kind of disappointing not to get a European spot, if I'm being really honest. And as far as how the schedule's gone, if we look at, as we said, January was a disaster. Looks okay with the cup wins, but we didn't win a game in the league. And it is, wow, okay, even though we're still 5th, that is horrendous. We have had 1, 2, 3 wins and a draw. How have we stayed 5th? Wow, that is horrible. Okay, we're not going to stay 5th. We've won 3 of the 3 games in 10 and 1 draw. That is... Whew. Okay, the tactic was amazing for the first half of the year, and now it's not. All right, so we had a Real Hispalis win, a win against Cadiz, and a win against Granada. So it seems like we're beating the people that would have been around us if we were in that relegation battle. We had a draw against Barcelona. That's awesome. And we did have some wins in the Spanish Cup. We got to the Spanish Cup semi-final against Malaga. Sorry. Okay, so we have 6 games left. We've got Real Madrid, Sevilla, Bilbao, Espanyol, and we are going to need to pull some form out. If we have a quick look at the goals, Sergi Guardiola is on 22, Alvaro Garcia is on 18, and Teca 14. And this is a pretty good, you know what, the tactics scoring goals. It's not defending well enough. But overall, still really happy with how we're going. We have survived, I believe, and we will see what happens in these last 6 games. Fingers crossed. European place? Let's hope so. That'd be cool. Okay, here we are at the end of the season. All 38 games have been played, and we have pulled off a miracle. We have finished 5th. Vallecano, Rayo Vallecano have finished 5th, and we actually almost, as you can see here, we almost got ourselves into a European Champions Cup place. Not overly familiar with how the order works. Obviously, that sucks. Goal difference. If we're in the Premier League, that would have got us in. I'm guessing it's head-to-head. That would always be the natural order if it's not goal difference. So I'm pretty sure if we looked at that, Valencia would have beaten us on a head-to-head basis. But 70 points, first season in charge, predicted to finish bottom by the media. We have blown that out of the water. We have barely made transfers. It is completely down to the players we started with, the tactic we were using. And as you can see here in the player stats, Karim Benzema has become the highest goal scorer here. But we had Alvaro Garcia finish 3rd. He got 19 goals in his 37 matches, 22 for the whole season. So that's great. He's got a great value now. He's 29. He's our star player. No one else going crazy there. Real Madrid have won the whole thing. They have just steamrolled it. 13 points to Atletico, and then Barcelona in 3rd. That's ended up as expected, I suppose. The big shock is us. finishing in 5th. That's fantastic. Hopefully that gives us a chance to sign some better players. So if we have a look at the schedule here, we know our January was horrific, our February was horrific, our March was horrific, and the start of our March was horrific. And I think we finished up with that Valencia game. We had 6 games to go, and look what we have done in those last 3 games. We had a loss to Real Madrid. It must have been looking a bit dark by then. But we have a 3-0 win against Espanyol, a 2-1 win against Bilbao, 2-1 against Sevilla, a 3-0 against Pamplona, and to finish the season off, getting us up to 70 points, a 1-0 victory over Celta Vigo, or Vigo as they put them in here. All right, so let's check out how the players went. Who were our key players? What happened? As you can see, Sergi Guardiola and Alvaro Garcia topping the goal charts. We had 5 players score over 10 goals for the season, which is great. The old guy, Radamel Falcao, he chipped in with 10 goals. He didn't play a whole heap. A lot off the bench, which at 36, that's fine. So 25 and 22, having 2 players do that is fantastic, especially one from the inverted wing spot. As far as assists go, we have Merquelens coming in with 12 on the wing there at the left. We have Alvaro Garcia. Wow, player of the season, I would have thought. 10 assists, 32 goal contributions altogether. Balyu from the right wing back spot. Randy Nteka playing through that midfield spot there. He's not looking flash, but he's done the business. 13 goals, 4 assists. The Congolese international. No, he's not a Congolese international. Just wanted to say that. He should be a Congolese international with these La Liga stats, you would have thought. If we have a look at our acquisitions for the year, so the players we got in Riqui Puig on loan. It looks like he played bit of first team, bit of backup, and I suppose added some depth. He looks great in our team. We might try and get him on loan again. He really looks pretty good. Who else did we bring in? Lavia. He didn't do much. A depth player. He couldn't break into that first team. Played 7 off the bench there. It'd be interesting to see. It looks like we could bring him. I'd like to bring him back in again. As a depth player, we'll see how we go. But he might not want to come back not playing a whole heap. The other one we brought in on a free transfer at the start of the year was Memisevic. And it looks like he's been our first choice centre back for 28 games. I suppose that's pretty good. That means it's been a successful purchase for free, of course. So that's really good. Now the hard part starts. We're going to lose all these players, potentially. We're going to have to buy a lot of players, a lot of free transfers. We're going to have to scrimp and save. We haven't been given any money at all. It still says our budget for next year is going to be $2 million. We are slightly behind in what our committed spending is going to be. Yeah, it's going to be a challenge because we're going to need to build a squad now. And as I said, what have we got? We have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players coming through. And if we have a quick look at the reports, Alvaro Garcia is our best player. Our player with most potential is the 2 people we brought in for loan. But Fran Garcia's improved out of sight. He's looking pretty good. He is a mainstay, I reckon. And if we head into our B team, we've got Jorge Marino. It says 4.5 star. I don't think so. So there's not much going on the B team. If we head to the under 19s, We can see our 2 elite talents are at the top of our list here. It looks like Jimenez is not the player quite what we were told, but Juan V might be. He's held that 5-star potential ability. He's made a little bit of improvement in that couple of months. Jimenez, yep, they're the 2 boys that came in, the 15 and 16-year-old now. All right. So really, I got to say, what a fantastic season. The club vision. They're happy with the wage budget. We've avoided relegation. We've passed that. We've passed the 3rd round. They're happy to say we've become an established First Division team coming 5th. Let's hope the board back us next year. That would be what we need, really. We need some money. With all the players going, we're going to have to bring some in. We're going to have to wheel and deal, see what we can do. And I feel like next year's going to be tougher. We're going to have to reinvent the squad. We're going to stick with the same tactic, I think. It has worked well for us. It got us to 5th and 70 points. We can't complain about that. We'll just check here, see if we continue on the save. If we can get the awards, we will check it out. I don't know if we're going to get that. It's asking us to check all of our unread items. I will just hoon through that. I'll go back and look at those later. And let's have a look and see what's going to happen here. Do we get an end of season celebration? Yes, we do. End of season review. We'll check out the new arrivals. We have Samir Memisevic was our best player we brought in. And we have a lot. Most of those were brought in by the previous regime, which is great. But Memisevic, out of the players we brought in. A season to remember. Spanish First Division. We finished 5th here. Alvaro Garcia with the most goals. Bit of a glitch here on the title. A+ the board had given us. Can't complain. Moments to remember, as we had shown you in that previously, the 6-0 drubbing of Atletico Madrid. What a game. That is one to remember for sure. Apparently the match to remember was the Levante win away from home. That's pretty good, 3-0. And the goal of the season was Marcolen's strike from our Spanish Cup trip. The finances. We are currently, our reputation is national. That makes sense. 3-star. Our money is pitiful. We got given some money for TV. Corporate is nothing. Oh, match day is nothing. The sponsorship's nothing. The merchandising is nothing close to what a team finishing 5th should be. Is this a sign to come for where our money's at? Are we gonna get money? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I've got a bad feeling that we're going to have to force the money situation ourselves. All right, how we lined up, as you can see, Guardiola, Merquelens, Trejo, Garcia, Anteca, Lopez, Garcia, Memisevic, Coutinho, and Ballieu, rounding out our 4-2-3-1 wide formation. That did the job. 3 of those players you can see are our lone players. They are key players. We're going to lose Guardiola. There's no chance he's coming back. We can't afford him. So that is big shoes to fill. Marcolen's as well. Merquelens, 12 assists, 6. And Unai Lopez. He's coming. He's staying. But he's not the best player. These 2 guys, losing them is going to be tough. All right. The accolades. All right, so as far as record breakers, we have some in here. I wouldn't say that is anything of note, to be honest. 17 yellow cards from Fran Garcia. That's a lot, Fran. Geez, you're an aggressive man. And 7 player of the match. And that's where we're at. All right, so we can see we've got our season review here. We don't need to check that out. We've got the analysts, the club vision and expectations for next season. We've got some more club culture stuff. Sign the under 23s. Possession football. Play high tempo football. They want us to finish mid-table. And we are in the Euro Cup. They want us to reach the group stages, which I think will we get straight through to those? I'm not sure. We'll see. And as you can see here, they want to build a new stadium. So we will see how that goes. All right, there's no talk of money at all. Do we check our finances? Yeah. As you can see, nothing has rolled over yet. We have a good, healthy-ish balance, $10 million. We're only paying $211,000 a week at the moment. But we'll leave it there. What a successful season as Rayo Vallecano. The team predicted to finish complete bottom. We've taken them. We've finished 5th. We've got into Europe. We have a massive task on our hands. We're going to lose half our squad. And we've got to rebuild it. It is going to be a challenge. I want to win something with this team, and I cannot wait. I will see you next season. Thank you very much for watching. If you're enjoying what you're watching, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and the next video will be Season 2 of Rayo Vallecano. See you later.